folks, my name is Mark. This is Why I Hate the World. How you guys doing? So for the last couple of months, I think, at least the last month or so, there's been a lot of speculation coming from the right-wing circles, from Breitbart, from Alex Jones and things like that, and I've even seen it on Fox News a couple of times. Speculating that Wikileaks was about to drop something really crazy, and something we're about to unveil some information that would completely destroy Hillary Clinton and derail her campaign and possibly put her in prison. And for all this time, it's been at least a month, probably longer. I've seen people talking about how it's like, they were speculating about what it could be. It could be the Benghazi emails or something. It could be like her emails that she deleted, or emails that show her, show the president telling her to let the people die there, stuff like that. It could be all kinds of things, right? So the days quickly approaches, right? And WikiLeaks has this big announcement, right? And they do it at 3 a.m., which is, I guess it was like during normal business hours their time, but it's 3 a.m. Eastern time. So a lot of the people here in America were up all night, waiting for it and stuff like that. And Alex Jones did this live broadcast of it, and he's dressed up in a suit and shit, right? And it turns out that it was absolutely nothing. and basically Julian Assange got all this hype, right? Unveiled nothing, and basically gave out an announcement, celebrating the 10-year anniversary of WikiLeaks. So he essentially just trolled everybody, and it was fucking hilarious. It was, oh my god, this shit was funny. Just watching Alex Jones, react to that, and it was just everyone's calling Julian Assange, they're all calling him a patriot, and he's doing the right thing, and he's, an excellent journalist, and blah, 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 blah. And then by the end of it, they're calling him a traitor, right? They're saying that, oh, Hillary must have got to him. He must have some kind of dirt on him in order to get him to do this. And I think the quote from Alex Jones was that he, God, what was it? He didn't say he cucked us, but he said something to the effect that he played us, something like that, right? And it was just funny as shit. I mean, one of the quotes from Julian Assange was, I've been misquoted that I intend to harm Hillary Clinton, or do I not like Hillary Clinton? All those are false, right? So he basically came out and he said, I never said I had anything, essentially. You guys have speculated that I did, and so it just left all of the Trump supporters in disarray. If you go on Reddit, there's a pretty infamous subreddit called The Donald, which is a borderline hate subreddit, actually. If you see, because it's supportive of Donald Trump, but there's an awful lot of racism and stuff like that peppered in there too, right? Basically, those guys had a total fucking meltdown. There's I'm seeing posts that one guy made a post saying, please delete all the posts that show how excited we are because of this. There was a, if I can find it, it's please delete this, please delete all the evidence or something like that, because they didn't want people to see how excited they were for this announcement, and lots of lamenting and gnashing of teeth. Okay. And, I just think it's fucking hilarious because it's, first off, number one, it shows what happens when you believe in conspiracy theories too much. Okay. Because, Alex Jones is completely full of shit. Okay. He's not a journalist. All right. He's, his job is to scare people so that they buy his books and DVDs and vitamin supplements, right? And gold. That's what his, gold coins and shit. That's what his job is, okay? Julian Assange is also not a journalist, all right? His job is to leak information as it gets released to him, right? And so what he basically does is that people come to him with stuff that they, want to leak, and he vets it and makes sure it's true, and then he releases it. And in theory, he would, be apolitical. Although I'm not exactly sure about that. I think that he leans pretty left in his politics. But for the most part, he seems to be pretty apolitical, right? So there's no reason to think at all that he would want to support Trump, or that he would want to go after Hillary Clinton or the DNC or whatever, So that's another thing. So people put two and two. I mean, I think just what happened here is that, I think what's going on, actually, I think the Donald people and Donald Trump and his supporters are desperate because, Donald Trump can't seem to break past that blue wall. If you look at the polls, if you go to Real Clear Politics, or another good one is the Huffington Post poll tracker, right? They actually have a wider margin between the two candidates right now. But if you go to that, you'll see over the last year that there's only really twice that Donald Trump actually manages to take the lead in the polls this entire year. Even when Hillary Clinton had her email scandal, and she had all kinds of, just when all the bad shit happened with Hillary Clinton, and she went down in the polls and Donald Trump went up, he still was never ahead. It would get to a statistical tie, right? But not an actual tie. She would still be ahead by 1 or 2 points, the entire time. And there was only after the RNC is when he took the lead, and then there was one other time back in I think when he won the nomination or some shit like that. Not won the nomination, but when everybody else dropped out, right? Then he went ahead for a day, and it's just sort of so basically no matter what bad things happen to her and what good things happen to him, he never actually gets, he never becomes the favored one for more than a few days, and that's if you look at those polls though, all of them are Clinton. There's one poll that is an LA Times tracking poll that shows Trump consistently ahead. But that poll, what that does, it tracks the same people. So it's say you take the same 1,000 people or something, right? It tracks those same 1,000 people, and so it doesn't take new people over and over. So basically, what happened with that poll is that some people decided they're going to vote for Donald Trump, and then they've just stayed that way, right? So that poll is misleading. So if you take that poll out, then none of them, he hasn't been ahead in any of them since the RNC. So I think what's going on is that, there's only so much that you can bullshit yourself, right? And, I think people are just desperate and they want something to happen in order to put him ahead. And it's not. In fact, so far in October, it's only been 5 days or whatever, right? And he's had he's had a scandal every day for the last 5 days. He had the fucking thing where he was arguing with the beauty queen, calling her fat and shit like that, and then his fucking taxes come out, and then he had his 3 a.m. fucking Twitter, baby fucking tantrum, right? And it's every fucking day he's just tanking himself over and over and over, and the election is fucking 3 weeks away. I mean, so yeah, this doesn't mean that he's gonna lose, all right? I'm not saying I could see the future, but let's just say that shit does not look good for Donald Trump. You're not supposed to be having controversies and shit like this 3 weeks, or what is it, a month, all right? Roughly a month ahead of the fucking election. Right? Because this is the time when you want a scandal to come out for your opponent. Okay. And I think that's what they were hoping for. They were hoping for an October surprise. And the surprise is that they're fucking, they're fucking gonna lose. That's a surprise. In closing, folks, I think this election is I think this is just another example of how ridiculous this election is. And even if he wins, even if Donald Trump wins, which at this point I don't think he is, but I'm not gonna actually, who knows what'll happen. But, even if he wins, I think his campaign goes down in history as the most ridiculous campaign ever. And his supporters they've gotten so much egg on their face. It's like an omelet at this point. I don't know, man. this shit just keeps getting funnier and funnier. Adios, folks.